Hi, hello, welcome. I am Nikki Albanese and welcome to this episode of Prickly Pear Cooks. Today I will be making Arun fil forn, which is essentially baked pasta with, I don't know, it doesn't even have a Maltese twist, but to me it's just Maltese. It's kind of the first thing I feel like when I pass a pasticci shop. Lies, it's usually a pasticci, but some days I just really crave their Arun fil forn because the way they do it is But this is a dish which for me is synonymous with picnics, people coming over, a very quick, easy Maltese thing in my head. Don't know why it's Maltese, because it's baked pasta, but my mother is, I won't say she's synonymous with making this, but it's like I said, growing up it was her go-to and she does it really, really well. So I'm not here to promise that. I'm here to give it my own take, I guess. One thing you need to know about me in this episode is that I'm so impatient when it comes to cooking. I'm terribly impatient, everyone can tell you, and that's usually why the things I cook don't turn out so fab. So today is going to be a test of patience, a test of skill. I'm just gonna get started. Before we start, I just need to show you my ingredients. Okay, so these are the ingredients we need for our Arun pasta. I'm using 2 bags because I think it's good enough to feed 4 and have extras, but I have another bag of pasta just in case because I'm terrible with portion control. You can use penne or rigatoni for this, but I just prefer rigatoni. Cheese, parmigiano and cheddar for afterwards to like sprinkle on top. You need tomato paste or conserva. You need tomatoes, either whole or peeled or both. 2 cloves of garlic, 1 large onion, 4 large eggs, and lovely mince, which I've defrosted before. So yeah. Something else that you need to know, I love to cook anything with this soundtrack in the background. I just feel like the pressure is on when I hear like this, for example. So we're gonna start off by pouring some olive oil into a pan, and once our onions and garlic are finely chopped, we're gonna throw those in and we're gonna let them cook a bit, and then we're gonna throw in tomatoes and the tomato paste to form our salsa. Okay, so I'm now pretending to know what I'm doing and dicing onion, because it's 1 onion, it's a large onion, singular. And basically this is going to be my family's dinner for the evening. And if there's leftovers, possibly lunch tomorrow. This dish to me is like, again, it's something which has always been present. It's been like, it's an easy thing to do for gatherings, you know? My mother makes a really good one, my grandfather makes a really good one, and I just feel like if I can't make a good one, I'm done for, you know? I have what to live up to. Fun fact, I tried to make one of these. I didn't try, I feel like I actually succeeded. It was a year ago and we had this big Maltese gathering at a friend's house in London, and I offered to make timpana. But I said timpana, oh no, I meant Arun. Since some people are veggie, let me try and make a vegetarian one with butternut squash and sweet potato instead of the meat. And it actually turned out really lovely and creamy and wholesome, and I think it was around November as well, so it was a bit warming. And I think Chantel can totally vouch for me when I say that I panicked when I was cooking. It turned out pretty well in the end. Now I'm struggling and I don't know how to cut garlic, so BRB. So the recipe said 2 cloves of garlic. I don't know, I love garlic when I'm cooking, so I don't know, I'll see. But we're gonna start off with just like a makeup influencer. And if I feel like it needs a bit more, I will throw in another clove, but this is a pretty big piece of garlic. And be very generous with your salt in your water for boiling. Because yeah, this is what I do. I enjoy baking more than I enjoy cooking. But living alone for 3 years abroad really taught me that I can't live on baked goods for the rest of my life. So that's why we are here learning how to cook. The oil is heating up nicely. I'm going to show you my diced mess now. This is my diced onion and my diced garlic. Fun fact, I'm using a wok, not a pan, because our pan is not big enough for the amount of beef that I have. I feel like I didn't need to explain that, but I'm going to anyway. I'm going to saute these ingredients, so I'm just gonna throw them in. The funniest thing about this all is I love watching cooking shows. The Great British Bake Off, great. I love Hell's Kitchen, I love MasterChef. I just never pick up as much as I should, I think. I have three really good recipe books. One is an Anthony Porowski cookbook, or the Anthony Porowski cookbook. Another one is the Deliciously Ella. Don't know which one it is, but it's hers. And the third one is one I got from my best friend when I first moved. It's like an easy student cooking meals thing. And they also gave me another one which was all about dairy-free cooking because I'm lactose tolerant. Now we're going to season our garlic and onion thing. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, you're resting on a thing of tuna. So yeah, I'm going to season that with some salt. Jamie Oliver pepper. Just to make sure that does what it should be doing. Okay, so I've thrown in the beef and it is looking measly but good. What a great word, I love measly. I'm just waiting for the water to come to a full boil, and then I'm going to toss in the 2 bags of rigatoni that I have for the dish. So, as I was saying before, when I think of Maltese food, I think pastizzi, I think of seafood. For some reason, I think of mint and tomatoes, because that's a good Hobsbizet when there's mint. Hobsbizet is like Maltese bread with the conserva, which is what we're using today, which is like tomato paste. Sometimes you can add tuna to it, sometimes you can add capers, and it's really just lovely. For some reason, to me, this is my go-to. And Zoe and Chantel were like, okay, we would like for you to prepare a dish which means something to you. I was like, okay, let me cook a Maltese dish, which is not rabbit, because I don't eat rabbit. I don't know, this just came to my head straight away, let's make some in our room form. It is with greatest pleasure that I announce that my pasta water is boiling. I'm gonna go ahead and pop in my rigatoni. It's the most dangerous part of the show, you guys. So I've been in Malta since March, and since March I have cooked, not a lot, but I've cooked. I've baked more than I've cooked. I've made cheesecake, I've made donuts, which was a first for me, and I really enjoyed making the donuts, so we'll definitely do them again. I made a curry, and I'm gonna show you my pride and joy. You should never leave things on the fire unattended, but 1 minute. This is my pride and joy, and this is my basil plant. I'm joking, I know it's basil. A few leaves, so that, oh my god! Okay, 1 minute, because I think I just killed my plant. And we're going to add 4 tablespoons of conserva, also known as tomato paste. Then we're going to go ahead and add the chopped tomato halves. Hindsight, I should have chopped a bit more, but we'll do that in the process, don't worry. And now I'm adding my secret ingredient, which is not so secret because I'm very sure loads of people do it. I'm just literally adding a very slight, I'm going to add a very small bit of sugar just to make the tomato sauce a bit sweeter. Once that starts coming to a wholesome bubble. Okay, hello and welcome to this side of my kitchen. Oh my god, this is by far the worst part of cooking for me because I always manage to burn myself. What I forgot to mention was what you need to do is cook the pasta for 2 minutes less than what it says on the packet. So the packet said 11 and I actually got it out. And then what we're gonna start doing is we're going to assemble in our room. So what I'm going to do is grab some pasta and layer the bottom of this tray with it. Isn't really like lasagna or timpana where it needs to be exactly layered, so it doesn't matter if the pasta doesn't cover the whole bottom. I'm gonna grab a ladle and load that up with my sauce and transfer it into this tray. So like that, the pasta gets coated evenly. Started making it, had a breakdown. Bon appetit. And I just feel like that really resonates with me as a chef. With the eggs, so you're gonna want to leave it a bit like yolky. Go ahead and pour that over generously and make sure to get the corners and the sides because like I said, this is gonna hold it all in together. Start with the layer of cheddar cheese because, I don't know, I think cheddar melts really nicely. And my Bosnano used to love pepper. Like, I just remember hearing stories of how Im Arun Filforn was always black because he'd coat the top in a really large amount of pepper. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Put in the dish into the oven, 230 degrees for about 35 minutes. It's a bit crispy, so we're gonna, oh, that's a bit too much time. Okay, so it's been a couple of minutes and this smells amazing. What it's looking like after about 10 minutes. Hi everyone, so obviously I forgot to film my outro, so welcome to my outro. Thank you so much for watching me make my Im Arun Filforn. It was really fun to make and I haven't cooked it in a very long time. It tasted very good. Yes?
It's great.
I hope you enjoyed it and I hope that at some point you will also attempt your own Im Arun Filforn if you want to. And keep up with Prickly Pear Cooks, keep up with Prickly Pear Productions because they have some super duper amazingly cool, awesome stuff coming your way. I have been Nikki, as you know. I have been Nikki. Thank you very much.